kids?
Yes.
How many kids do you have?
2 and 4 grandkids.
So you were just talking about PTSD. It makes me think of my dad. He was a cop, and he responded to a situation where a guy killed his family and then killed, but one little boy played dead, and so that kid survived, but his mom was murdered and his
Where's
3
this at?
siblings, Redford, and
Yes.
my dad had 4 kids, and so we were all the same age as those 4 kids. So he ended up like off for 6 weeks, just seriously depressed. Did you ever have anything like that? And what do people need to learn about protecting the mental health of cops?
Years ago, I was working nights, what they call 2400. You're the night captain, I guess you call it. And a run came out on 2 kids have been shot. And it's on northwest side. I think it was on St. Mary's. And it was about 3:30 in the morning. And I walked, and I coached grade school kids in high school, but at the time I was coaching grade school. And my grandkids were little. And I walked in, there were 2 little boys sitting there. They were duct taped at the hands and knees behind them. And they were little t-shirts and little underwear. And it was a dope deal gone bad. This babysitter ripped off the money, and they came looking for him. They said, if you don't give us the money, we're going to kill the kids. She didn't believe him. And they killed him. And I remember walking in, and I'd seen officers crying. They were upset, just devastated. And I went in, oh my God. And I had some sleepless nights. And I remember walking out, and you guys were out there. And I was literally fighting with the father, who was intoxicated. He wanted to see his kids, and it was really hard. And then after I calmed him down, and the cameras were out there, and then a commander came up to me and said, "Where's your hat?" I said, "Are you freaking kidding me? I just dealt with 2 dead little kids and a drunk father, and you're worried about my hat?" I said, "Time to go." I walked out, and I had a real tough time with that. When I think about it, it still bothers me because they didn't do anything wrong. They're little kids, and like your father, what the officers see, like when the military sees these kids, it messes you up. And this whole macho crap, it don't work anymore. You got to tell people how you feel. I had a lot of officers messed up after Huff was killed, in number 9, and messed up to this day. And I'm probably one of them. I'm still messed up. And unfortunately, I'm too arrogant or ignorant. I never went to see a psychiatrist. I should have. But I would think that, and goes back to respect thing, if an officer's having a bad day, he's having a bad day. And he shouldn't treat you bad or poorly. But maybe he's having a bad day at home. Or maybe he's just seen something that's messed him up. So cut us a little slack. But it goes both ways. Maybe you're having a bad day. Maybe you've gotten in a fight with your husband, your wife, your kids, you lost your job. So a little bit of empathy both ways works.
Is there anything you'd like to leave with the citizens of the city that you served so well for over 3 decades?
You know what? I got to thank them. I really do. The chief came to me several years ago and said, I got to tell you something. It's not normal for the police department or a community, especially a minority community, to embrace some white guy. They just don't. Everyone identifies as a rule with their own race or creed, whatever. And he goes, I don't get it. Black and white officers, they like you. The community has embraced you. And I got to tell them, these people in the city are freaking great. You go to these meetings, and they embrace the officers, and it's heartwarming, touching. I'm embarrassed when people shake my hand. Oh, you're doing it. It's not me, it's the officers. Can I get a picture with you? I went to the Thanksgiving Day parade with my daughter. I'm the assistant chief, so I kind of cheated. And after I did the turkey trot, I walked up the parade route because I can do it, I'm in charge. And all these people, can I get a picture? My daughter's going, Dad, what's going on? I said, for some reason they like me. And it's because of you guys putting it out there, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate the media. Sometimes you guys call me too much, but I won't miss that part, all the phone calls. But you guys have been fair with me. You really have been, and so is the community that gave me a chance, like the chief did, when other people wouldn't. So I'm been blessed for 31 years.
Chief, what was your favorite stop on your climb up the command ranks?
My 3 weeks as Deputy Chief of Investigations. That was my dream job after I got to the top, or close to the top. But I only lasted 3 weeks because he made me Assistant Chief. My best times were as a sergeant in number 8 on the far west side. I had great crew, great crew. One is now the president of the LSA, Mark Young. Another one is a lieutenant of homicide. Several others have retired. I had, they were, another is a lieutenant down at investigations, another lieutenant at internal affairs. They're a great group of guys, and they did their job. They were the police, and they were easy to supervise, and it was a great time for me. My daughter was young. I was working boosters. We were the police. It was great.
What would you say to some officer at some department across the country where they have leadership that's doing something illegit, like Kwame Kilpatrick? Would you, if you could go back in time, how hard is it to speak truth to power?
It's hard.
Is it worth it?
At the time, it took a toll on my family. It took a toll on me. People use it as a stepping stone to get, like I said, for their own careers. Don't do the right thing. Do what's right. And if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I did what was right. Yeah, I've been demoted. Yeah, I've been transferred. If you can do that, you can go to bed at night going, okay, I'm good. I'm not a perfect person by any means, but in this particular thing, I did what was right, not the right thing. It wasn't about me, and I was loyal to things. It's not about me, it's about the department. So that's what I'd say. How's that sound?
Very good.
Good?
And when
What
people
else you
hear you
got?
all emotional during your interviews, is that real?
Yeah. These guys can attest to that. First, I yell a lot. I'm a yeller. These guys laugh because I go down for these physical things. My heart rate's 52. My blood pressure's like 102/62. I'm like, how do you do that? I said, I get rid of all my anger and my emotion and give it to you guys. And they're like, that's why we're 150, 160/100. And our blood pressure's, I said, yeah, that's why. Because I vent. I don't hold a grudge. I get mad, get over it. The emotion is, yeah, because I coach. And when I see something happen to a little kid or a senior, it rips me up. I grew up in a city, and I remember walking beats where it was pitch black, no lights, no people, and I thought, will this ever come back? And when I see people hurt, when I see victims, real victims, not dope dealers and gangbangers that are doing, scandalous stuff, when I see real victims, it rips my heart out, whether it's a police officer who may have done it and crossed the line, or just some person doesn't care. Yeah, it's real. You guys have seen me get angry. You've seen me tear up. Someone keeps telling me I cried on TV. I don't remember that. I don't think I have. But I've gotten emotional and choked. And it's definitely real. And I think you guys and the citizens appreciate the fact that I'm going to tell you like it is. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And that's why somehow I got here.
What are you going to miss most?
Damn it. Now I'm going to choke up. The officers. I'm good.